Your inner peace is fragile. A single critical comment can ruin your entire day. A negative look from a stranger can send you into a spiral of self-doubt and anxiety. An unexpected change in plans can throw your whole world into chaos. Your mood is a puppet, and it feels like everyone else in the world is holding the strings. You live in a state of constant reaction, bracing for the next emotional blow. You walk through life with your metaphorical hands up, trying to shield yourself from the unpredictable words, actions, and judgments of others. It is an exhausting way to live. It is a life lived in defense, not in command. But what if you could become the fortress? What if you could build a mind so resilient, so grounded in its own center, that the storms of the external world could rage around you, yet never touch the unshakable calm within? What if you could become the source of your own stability, independent of praise or criticism, of success or failure? Viktor Frankl, a man who lived through a world designed to break the human mind, discovered that this is not a superpower. It is not something you are born with, it is a skill, it is a fortress that you build, stone by stone, choice by choice. He discovered the blueprint for an unbreakable mind. Today, you will be given that blueprint. We are going to lay out Frankl's 3 fundamental practical steps to forging a mind that cannot be broken. This is not about suppressing your emotions or becoming a cold, unfeeling robot. It is about becoming the calm, wise, and powerful master of your own inner world. But to build this fortress, you must first claim the ground on which it will stand. You must declare your sovereignty. So, before we lay the first stone, I want you to perform a powerful act of self-creation. Pause this video, go to the comments below and write this sentence. I am the architect of my own peace. This is you, taking back the blueprint of your mind. It is a declaration that your inner state is no longer up for negotiation. It is your territory, and you are its protector. When you are ready, let us begin the construction. Step number 1, create the space. This is the foundation, the cornerstone of the entire fortress. Without this, nothing else is possible. We live in a world that operates at the speed of reaction. A stimulus happens, and we respond instantly, automatically, like a knee-jerk reflex. Someone cuts you off in traffic, you honk and get angry. Someone criticizes you, you become defensive or feel hurt. You receive bad news, you are immediately consumed by anxiety. There is no space between what happens to you and what you do about it. You are living in a state of fusion with the world. You are a pinball, ricocheting from one emotional bumper to the next. An unbreakable mind cannot be a reactive mind. The first step to becoming unbreakable is to learn how to create a space between stimulus and response. This was, for Viktor Frankl, the single most important discovery about human nature. It is the truth he called the last of the human freedoms. He wrote, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. That space is your sanctuary. It is the moat around your fortress. It is the silent, holy ground where you reclaim your power from the chaotic world." So how do we create this space? It sounds abstract, but the practice is concrete. It is the practice of the sacred pause. The next time something happens that would normally trigger an immediate emotional reaction, you are going to train yourself to do one thing: pause. Before you speak, before you act, before you even allow yourself to fully form a judgment, you pause. You take one conscious breath. In that single breath, that 1 or 2 seconds of deliberate inaction, you have created the space. Let's make this real. Your boss sends you a critical email. Your old reactive self would immediately feel a surge of anger or shame and start typing a defensive reply. Your new unbreakable self does this. The email arrives, stimulus. You feel the initial emotional surge, and you pause. You take one deep breath. You might even close your eyes. You have just created the space. In this space, you are no longer a victim of the event. You are an observer. You can watch your own initial emotional reaction as if it were a weather pattern. There is anger. There is defensiveness. You are not the anger. You are the one who is noticing the anger. From this calm, observant space, your power of choice is returned to you. You are no longer compelled to act on that first raw emotion. You can now choose your response from a place of wisdom, not from a place of reactivity. This is a skill, and it requires practice. At first you will forget. You will get hijacked by your old reactive patterns. That's okay. The goal is to simply start catching yourself. The moment you realize you have reacted automatically, you have an opportunity. You can pause then, take a breath, and reflect on how you might have responded differently. The more you practice the sacred pause, the more natural it becomes. The space between stimulus and response will grow from a tiny crack into a wide, open field. This field is your freedom. It is the foundational ground upon which your unbreakable mind is built. You must build the habit of creating this space in the small moments so that it is available to you in the big ones. Practice pausing before you answer a simple question. Practice pausing before you check your phone. Practice pausing before you get out of your car. Each pause is a rep in the mental gym. Each pause reinforces the truth that you are not a machine of reflexes, but a conscious being who has the power to choose. This is the first and most important step. Create the space. Step number 2. Consult the compass. You have now created the space. You are standing in the quiet moat of your fortress, free from the immediate need to react. The world is on one side, your response is on the other. But now what? What do you do inside this space? How do you decide on the right response? This is where the second step comes in. Once you're in the space, you must consult your compass. An unbreakable mind is not an empty mind. It is a mind that is oriented. It has a true north. It has a guiding system that is independent of the shifting winds of external circumstances. That guiding system for Frankl is your own, freely chosen meaning and your core values. A reactive mind makes decisions based on feelings. I feel angry, so I will lash out. I feel afraid, so I will retreat. I feel insecure, so I will seek validation. This is a recipe for a chaotic and unstable life because your feelings are fickle and unreliable. An unbreakable mind makes decisions based on values. I feel angry, but my value is compassion, so I will choose to respond with understanding. I feel afraid, but my value is courage, so I will choose to take the next step. I feel insecure, but my purpose is to contribute, so I will choose to act with service in mind. Your values are your compass. They are your internal, unshakable constitution. They are the laws of your own inner kingdom. And in the sacred pause you created in step 1, your job is to consult this compass before you act. This requires that you know what your values are. If you have never consciously defined them, you are navigating without a compass. You are leaving your life's direction up to chance and the influence of others. The practical application of this step is to do the work of defining your values. Take the time to sit down and ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What principles do I want to live my life by no matter what? Is it integrity? Is it kindness? Is it growth? Is it freedom? Is it service? Choose 3 to 5 core values. Write them down. Keep them somewhere you can see them every day. These are now your compass points. Now let's return to the example of the critical email from your boss. You have received the email, stimulus. You have created the space with a sacred pause, step 1. Now inside that space you consult your compass, step 2. You ask yourself, given my value of professionalism, what is the most constructive response? Given my value of integrity, what is the most honest way to handle this? Given my value of growth, what is the lesson I can learn from this criticism? Notice how these questions are completely different from the reactive questions, which would be, how can I defend myself? How can I prove them wrong? By consulting your compass, you elevate your response from a petty ego battle to an act of character. You are no longer just reacting to your boss, you are acting in accordance with your deepest self. This is what makes a mind unbreakable. It is anchored to something internal and unchanging. The opinions of others, the outcomes of events, the ups and downs of life, these are the storms on the surface of the ocean, but your values are the bedrock deep below, unmoved and unshaken. An unbreakable mind is a value-driven mind. It knows what it stands for, and in every moment of choice it refers back to its own internal constitution. So create the space, and in that space, consult your compass. Step number 3, act, don't react. You have created the space. You have consulted your compass. You now know the right direction. The third and final step is the most crucial. You must now walk in that direction. The final step is to act deliberately based on your values, not to react based on your feelings. This is the manifestation of your inner strength in the outer world. It is the moment the fortress proves its strength. A mind is not unbreakable in theory. It is unbreakable in practice. It is unbreakable in the choices it makes and the actions it takes. Your initial, raw, emotional reaction, your fear, your anger, your hurt, is just that, a reaction. It is an automatic, primitive response from your nervous system. It is the servant panicking. Your chosen action, based on your values, is a true response. It is a conscious, deliberate, and powerful act of your human spirit. It is the master making a choice. The difference between a life of suffering and a life of meaning is the difference between living in reaction and living in response. Let's complete our example. The critical email arrived. Stimulus. You created the space. Step 1. You consulted your compass of values and decided that the right response was one of professionalism and a commitment to growth. Step 2. Now you act. Step 3. You write a reply. The reply is not defensive. It is not emotional. It is calm, professional, and constructive. It might say, "Thank you for the feedback. I will reflect on these points and schedule a time for us to discuss how I can improve." This response is an act of immense power. You have taken a potentially negative event and transformed it into an opportunity for growth and a demonstration of your character. You have not been broken by the criticism. You have been strengthened by it. This is the three-step process in action, and it applies to every area of your life. When someone insults you, create the space, pause, breathe, observe your anger, consult the compass. My value is dignity. My value is peace. Act, don't react. Choose to walk away in silence or respond with a calm, disarming statement. You have not been broken by their words. When you face a major setback, create the space, pause, breathe, observe your fear and disappointment, consult the compass. My value is resilience. My purpose is to learn and grow. Act, don't react. Choose to ask, what can I learn from this? And take the first small step to begin again. You have not been broken by the failure. This is not about being perfect. You will fail. You will get hijacked by your emotions. You will react. The goal is not perfection. The goal is practice. Every time you successfully navigate a situation using these 3 steps, you are adding another stone to the walls of your fortress. You are thickening your skin. You are deepening your roots. Over time, this becomes your new nature. Your reactive tendencies will weaken from lack of use, and your responsive, value-driven self will become stronger. You will find that fewer and fewer things have the power to disturb your inner peace, not because the world has become a kinder place, but because you have become an unbreakable one. So let us review the blueprint for your unbreakable mind. Step 1 is to create the space. This is your freedom. It is the sacred pause that separates you from the chaos of the world. Step 2 is to consult the compass. This is your direction. It is the act of aligning your choices with your deepest values and your chosen meaning. And step 3 is to act, not react. This is your power. It is the deliberate expression of your character in the world. This is the path. This is the work. It is the process of transforming yourself from a fragile puppet of circumstance into the calm, strong, and unbreakable architect of your own inner world. Look again at the words you wrote. I am the architect of my own peace. You now have the 3 fundamental tools of your trade: the foundation, the compass, and the hammer. Go now and begin the beautiful, lifelong work of building your fortress.